Hello, amazing families. I'm going to sum up what our morning meeting was because I think the camera was messed up and it all came out kind of funny. So I'm going to share a link to the story that I shared out loud with everybody, so you guys can watch it again if you missed it or want to hear it again. And I'm going to re-explain what I want you to do in your reader's notebook. So everybody has this reader's notebook. What I want everyone to do is make sure your name is written on the front. You can decorate the front of your reader's notebook however you want to. And after you listen to the story again, I want you to turn to page 19 in your reader's notebook, which looks like this. It's called Listening Post. You can see the page numbers down in the corner of the book, okay? So you're looking for page 19. And what you're gonna do is talk about what that story reminds you of. The story I'm talking about is Grumpy Cat. So once you listen to it, I want you to go back to page 19 and think about what this book reminds you of. I wrote a little bit to show you what to do. Your sentence starter is right here. This book reminds me, and I said after reading the story, this book reminds me of how I felt this morning. First, I felt grumpy when I got up. Now I feel happy and excited. So after you listen to the story again, then go back and try page 19 in your reader's notebook. It's the blue one. I wanted to go over a couple of other things we talked about this morning and throughout the day today. Let me share my screen first and take you to our dashboard. When you log into Canvas, you'll see your dashboard. It looks like this. And remember, we talked about how reading, writing, math, science, and social studies have nothing in them right now. You're just focusing here on the home room. So when you click on the pencils, it'll take you to a screen that looks like this, where you can see the Mrs. Sullivan cartoon up here. And if you scroll down, there are a couple of buttons I talked about today that I want everybody to be aware of. One of them is this one, the recorded lessons button. And on this button right here, you're going to be able to click on it, and it will take you to two different charts that will show you a recorded lesson or materials from the morning session and a recorded lesson or materials from the afternoon session. So if you've missed the lesson or you couldn't see it or your Zoom wasn't working or something, you can always go back and re-watch it here. At the bottom of almost all the pages, you'll see this home button. And if you press that, it'll take you back to the home screen where the Mrs. Sullivan cartoon is. The other button I want to draw your attention to is this resources button right here. If you click on that, it's going to take you to a bunch of different resource links that probably most of you are familiar with. The ones that you can get into now without any particular passcodes, this one here, ABC YA, if you were to click on this, it'll take you to the ABC YA website. So during times when you're not with me, there are some games and things that you can click on there to play and practice some skills. Right now, I don't care what you click on in there, but as we move through the year, then there will be times when I ask you to play certain games and do certain activities on that website. Another one that you can use here is stuff that I have sent login information for, and it is Seesaw. If you click on the Seesaw link, it'll take you right to our class page, and you can click on activities and see what some of the activities are that are posted for our class. There are two that are posted right now. One of them is an addition facts activity, and one of them is a get to know you activity. You can listen to the directions by pressing the play instructions button, and there are steps here to tell you what to do to submit your activity. That is something on Seesaw that you can work on when you're not with me. Again, here's the home page that will take you back to the Mrs. Sullivan cartoon. I want to show you something also on this home page for when it's encore time every day. If you scroll down, you're going to see our encore schedule right here, and it will show you depending on what day it is, what encore we have. If you go a little bit below that, these are all of the Zoom links to get into those particular encore classes. So I wanted to make sure I took a moment to share some of that with you. I also want to share that, I'm going back up to the top of my page, I had a little bit of difficulty today telling with office hours who was there for office hour and who was just logging into class early. So I think what I'm going to do is, if you need me for specifically for an office hour, I do want you to scroll on down until you come to this office hours button. This is where I will start my meeting for my office hours. And then I'll close this one when it's time for school, and I'll start the regular button, the class Zoom, or the one that you can find on the Zoom and small groups page. That'll be the one that we'll use for everything else. And that will just help me tell a little bit better who's there for office hours and who's there for something else. Okay, let me stop share for a minute here, and I want to show you one other thing. Okay, this is the other book that I shared with everybody today, and I will post a link of that read aloud as well in case you missed the story or want to listen to it again. This was from our afternoon session, so you will see that link posted on the box in the afternoon session area, okay? And that's on the recorded lessons button from our homepage. So I know it was a lot of clicking and in and out and stuff today. It's going to get better with every single day. And thank you so much for being so cooperative and patient with everything today. And I'll see everyone tomorrow morning.